Well, hello everyone. You here show you right here is like the birthday upgrade warranty. Manny make right here, and Manny make 25. But you see right here is I went ahead and worked right here are these pictures. I'm sure most of us have seen these pictures before. And like you have right here is a painting right here, and then a picture right here that was collected from the from family memories. That would have been back in 1985, around with birthday cake, but talk about for birthday upgrade warranty, and I'm sure that anybody here who are students or just for business reasons or anything like that, that they will I say that if you need an upgrade on a new computer system, then more likely is like well on your hand I think necessarily yeah that well they may say well in your dreams or since I wanted I wanted a computer since I was very young. I can remember that that it was on an old computer and on the school computer, but I can remember getting on there and like thinking necessarily to where do you remember at all for what the different things that you've seen on the computer if it was related to like the Macs or IBM computers or anything like that. Could you read anything that any messages or anything like that that you were getting on there? But I kept thinking about, well, on the other hand, that's something I shouldn't be messing with, but I shouldn't be bothering with because you're like wondering that, if there's emails or anything like that, they probably say you get on the computer to play games. You're not on there to get on the email and read those messages, and as well as the school announcements for the teacher or anything like that. But let's just say that on average, for the grade book, for a brand new grade book, is to where I'm sure anybody who's in college would probably say is to where that a lot of things that they have you allow you to do on from your personal computer to where you can get on email and then read the announcements, but there are some things that I'm sure that people more likely can't do, as well. It's like, that, yeah, that some things that, like, they say is like, really, I'm like, because there is no such thing as to where whenever you go, whenever you're in school, as to where that there is no saying, so no, there is no rules, there is no such thing as what you call is like against the rule or against the school ground or anything like that. But the way I think about it, though, is like really that on the average to where that there are still rules, but then on the other hand that there are what you call, if you want to call them freedom rules, to where they may not be as as strict compared to a few other rules. So you're more likely wondering to where that just like an upgrade warranty, or if it's a rebate, or if it's anything like that, like wondering to where really, I'm like, anything that involves rules, maybe like a contest, or maybe, anything that's related to maybe playing a game. I'm like, maybe scratch off ticket or something like that. Like I can remember that, first time I seen a scratch off ticket, I was like, oh, you just scratch right here and scratch right there and see if you win something. So it's like, yeah, that, and I could say, but I have won a couple of times on a few things as well. And sometimes you say, would you well, whenever you lose something. But anyway, but you see right here is like say for the birthday, and I went ahead and add this right here, like this, like a typo face right here, like like a birthday symbol. Where add in some other colors, about two or three other colors, and as well as like for upgrade warranty. And you see right here is that with the serial number to where I don't know if anybody has ever experienced it to where kind of embarrassing to where that if they say that whenever you buy a computer that a lot of times if it's going to be a warranty or if it's a special package offer or an upgrade offer or something like that to where a lot of times they may say is to where if you buy a package it's usually good for about 2 years, maybe a year or so until you if you want to upgrade, then you may have to pay like a full installment, fee or something like that. If anybody were like wondering back whenever you were 12, they ask you for a serial number. Please write the serial number right here, provided that if you can write down the serial number. Usually it's about between the 15 and 17 digits, and you're like wondering to where, well, the serial number. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and find that box of Honey Nut Cheerios that I was eating. So I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that moment to where it was a misunderstanding to where no, not the serial number on the box of cereal. No, the serial number that's on the product. Whenever you buy a new computer or generally used computer, or if you're given a computer, that there's like a serial number. And I don't know, anybody that may wonder to where with the serial number, that may like wonder to where why is it that the serial number is such a big deal? And I keep thinking though that it's basically to where there are probably hundreds and thousands of computer models out there in the world. I'm thinking there's probably at least maybe 50 over 50,000, maybe about over 15 million computer makes and models all over the world, to where a lot of times it's like, especially if you're going to have an older model, that a serial number would more likely provide, that source of information to where, yeah, you don't have to worry about that if there was a program or a file, if a computer crash or anything like that, they basically say that it's like, I guess if you want to call it, kind of like a reference number, social security number, or anything like that, to where like a serial number, a number that look up to where that the type of model and make, and which I don't know. I'm like that there's quite a few numbers I keep thinking about if that's really necessarily a serial number, or maybe if a serial number is basically just provides information about the model, about the brand and the model, but then it don't really provide anything such as whatever happened to the last system, the last operating system that that you had, to where if there was like any reports of a crash, or if there was anything such as to where that yeah, it got damaged, by the damaged, non-protected damaged or anything like that. Anybody like say that, yeah, they probably spent about, maybe about, altogether about 800 to maybe to 12 or $1,300 on computers, and maybe within about 2 years or maybe 3 years or so, that they've gone through about maybe 4 different kinds. And if it's going to be about crashes or anything like that, but let's just say if we're talking about for like update, for upgrade warranties, to where a lot of times that I know companies like say is like back whenever I was young, to where that they're thinking that if you're going to be a student, you're like thinking, oh, wait a minute, it should be free, shouldn't it? It should be free. The upgrade warranty is free. On my birthday, I'd like to have it free. I'm like, well, it may not work that way. That more likely it's possible that I don't know about each and every time, but it's possible that that anybody that if you need a new computer, that you may have to set aside some extra money, but anybody say that that's not something that maybe not everybody looks forward to, such as if it's going to be about between three or 400, maybe $500 or so, for a new system. And you're like thinking that well, you go ahead and pay for it this time, and then you get reimbursed, maybe by, if it's by the school, or financial aid, or if it's going to be about maybe by the company. And I don't know, I'm like, I don't know exactly how it works, but they basically say is to where, like warranties, if your warranty's expired, and then you pretty much have to pay, like if it's going to be an installment or down payment or so of a new package, a new warranty service package or something like that. So I'm sure there's quite a few other packages, but the way that I think it works is to where that I know possibly this summer, to where I'll be doing some research about that, to where that if your warranty's expired and you are due for an upgrade, is just thinking about, I'm like, yeah, well, since I'm a business person, and since I'm in school now, that it's paid for, right? Like, oh no, I'm like, well, that all depends, but usually that if your warranty's expired, then that basically means it's like, oh no, like, well, you pretty much have to start all over again. So it's like, yeah, in another word, other than what you call something that maybe that most of us don't want to hear. So whenever we talking about upgrade warranties, to where that you buy the product, and then more likely that you may get reimbursed, and then if anything that you may get a discount. But let's just say that while during our birthdays, if it's going to be like any type of birthday present, to where that makes you say, it's like, really, what do I see free about this? Like, well, whenever you buy a new computer, you know that there are a number of programs that are free. That there might say that you may think that $1,500 or maybe $800 is not fair, but just thinking about it, it's like for the birthday upgrade warranty, it's like talk about saying, or knowing about studying about how it works. But other than that, thanks for watching. Have a great day.